Hello, everyone. I'm excited to welcome Leonard Bergmeyer, and he is the author of The Lost Souls of Fredonia. Leonard, can you tell us a little bit about your book?
Yeah. Um, Really, I believe it's a great book. Okay. It's not just a one slasher character. I got several villains that I'll explain. Um, but yeah, I think it's funny and it's a good story. Okay. There's a lot of revenge movies, but this revenge movie, really I should give you what the villains are. Because I have a wizard, which at the time I thought, who's gonna watch a movie about a wizard? But this wizard gets evil. He's originally a good guy until his loved one dies, and that's when he goes out and gets revenge. And you know, the villains, which you actually say, I think you start rooting for him towards the end. Okay, I got one-eyed Rottweiler. His name's Rock. I have a willow tree that's looking around, and I have two vultures, and then I have also the wizard staff. And I have Big Daddy, who is a good friend of mine. That's just huge, and Mrs. Petrovich, but she was a customer of mine, but uh, she likes to get on and she looks like the Beverly Hillbilly grandma. So those are the characters he's using to get revenge.
Well, this sounds like a really interesting book, and I love I love reading about interesting villains in a book.
Mm-hmm.
Leonard, what was your inspiration for writing it?
Basically, I just kept telling everyone, I'm gonna write a book, I'm gonna write a book. And one day I was fishing and over my head flew a vulture. And I sat down and started writing this book, but I really didn't have any clue where it was gonna go. Because I never wrote a book before. And at first I'm like, this is just gonna take me forever. Okay. And my chapters weren't that good. But as I moved on, I got better. Chapters got longer. And, at the end, I just hadn't put it in. I could have kept writing forever.
Well, I'm so glad that you stuck with the process and that you were able to actually finish it and get it published. That's awesome. Leonard, is
Yeah.
there anything else you can share about the book or any messages
Yeah,
within the book?
absolutely. A lot of those scenes were actually things with my life at the time, but it kind of put a twist on it on a lot of events. And it took me 7 years to write that book on and off. Okay. And then it took after for 24 years. So this book I started 30 years ago. And I got it done because I finally said, I'm going to try publishing it because I love this book. And I think if people read, yeah, I know people laugh all the time when they read my book. It's funny. And the greatest thing is that I'll ask people, what's your favorite chapter? And they all give me a different chapter. So I really like this book.
Well, I'm so glad that you got it finished. I'm glad you got it published. Congratulations. For
Thank
anybody,
you.
you're welcome. For anybody who's interested in picking up a copy, again, it's Leonard Bergmeyer, and the title is The Lost Souls of Fredonia. You can get it on barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, and Apple Books, to name a few. Thank you so much for letting me interview you, Leonard, and thank you for being
Yes, thank you.
here today.
Absolutely. Can I say one thing?
Sure.
Quick. Okay. Really, I'm hoping this book somehow turns into a movie. Okay. Because I have Parkinson and I'd like to do something for Parkinson. And the picture of this book, everybody used to tell me, you look like Michael J. Fox. And I'm like, no, just a little white boy with brown hair. Don't say that. Well, years later, I get the same disease that he had. Okay. And also in my book, I mentioned Brett Favre, Ozzy Osbourne, and Neil Diamond. Well, we all got Parkinson after a rollerblade years ago. But yeah, that's all I want to tell you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I think that that is something really important for the readers to know. And also, it's super inspirational as well. So, thank you so much for sharing. It was so nice to meet you.